What's up my loves, my name is Paige, this is Paige of the Page, and today we're talking through all the readathons happening in October. Hello my darlings, welcome to this video. For those that are new here, each month I go through and collate as many readathons that I can find, whether that be from utilizing the Google form that I have created to be able to get to know some of the readathons that are upcoming, any announcement videos that I found on YouTube, or just ones that people have mentioned in passing. So I owe a massive thanks to particular guests from the Suffer-a-thon Discord for this round of this video, because they ended up writing the synopsis for over half of these readathons for me. Basically, I'd made mention of it, and so I shared the playlist and I was just like, I'm not gonna be mad if anyone DMs me. And I am so eternally grateful for that, because it really saved me so much time this weekend in being able to get this information done. And I also think that they were significantly more coherent than I ever could aspire to be as well. So massive thank you to everyone that was involved in that process. I love you all immensely and appreciate the fact that instead of contributing to my suffering, you lessened it for me. The main reason that I have so much thanks for that is because there are 33 readathons that I have stumbled across in my travels. There was a lot of video that was consumed, so I very much appreciate it to those individuals. But with saying that, the way that I structure these videos is we talk about the shortest duration of the readathon through to the longest, and I will leave link down below the spreadsheet with the spiel that I read out, the playlist of the readathon, YouTube announcement videos if there is one, and the actual readathons and tags where I can for the ones that I can do, because we do have a few that aren't YouTube announced this round, so I will tag who I can where I can. I will only mention either the creator or the co-host whose announcement video that I found, so they will have the full information, so please go check out their videos to be able to get the full information. And this is the readathons that I found at the time of filming, which is 6 PM on the 28th of September AEST, and this will be going up at 6 AM tomorrow. Any readathon announcement videos that I stumble across in my travels from this point forward will go into the YouTube playlist, but they don't go on the spreadsheet, and I don't change the description box below. So if you would like to see if any have been added since the filming of this, the playlist will be the place to check out. But I think that's everything. There are two that are longer than a month. One I've already talked about and one I will provide the information for. And then there's a lot of month-long ones. Let's just dive in and talk about the readathons that we have found. So starting with 24 hours, I have two that are happening this time. The first is running on the 12th, and that is the Relaxin' Readathon, which is created by the Reading Nymph. So this is to take a day to read and relax. Most of the time it is just relaxing, and if you want to read, feel free, but if you just need to do some self-care, this is the time to do it. There are 4 reading prompts and 4 lifestyle prompts in a bingo board if you feel so inclined, but again, this is just a reminder to take care of yourself for 24 hours. You can change it and make it a week, a month, however long you need, or you can just change the 24 hours to a time that's going to suit you better. If you're working that day, change it to a different one. It is completely flexible. It's just your bi-monthly reminder to actually take some self-care and look after yourself. You can mix and match the prompts however you want to, and you can double, triple up. You don't even have to do the prompt, but it's just providing that little bit of guidance for a relaxing time. The other 24-hour readathon is running on the 26th, and that is Dewey's Readathon, and this is predominantly through Instagram and their website, and this is just taking 24 hours to read and chat about your reads online with friends. Occasionally there will be a bingo board or photo prompts and mini challenges throughout the 24 hours, but just keep an eye on their various different platforms to be able to get more information for that. Then we have a 3-day readathon running from the 25th to the 27th, and that is a Camp Enchanted Halloween Camp, which is created by Chaos in the Enchanted Forest. So this is supposed to be a weekend camping readathon, but where they normally camp has been flooded, so we're staying at a bed and breakfast. For other editions of this readathon, there are other forms of badges that you can get, but for this Halloween camp, they have created spooky badges. we know what I'm like with badges and stickers for you to be able to earn. And you just need to complete the prompt that matches with that badge and you've earned it. You do need to be in their Discord if you would like to receive the actual badge image, and if you could sign up and submit the books throughout the weekend just to see what badges are being earned, what's popular, what's happening, the host would very much appreciate it. Then we have a 6-day readathon running from the 26th to the 31st, and that's a vampathon created by Jodie, and this is to enjoy the spooky season and celebrate together. It's a very low-key readathon. You can do as many or as little prompts as you would like, and there are additional ways to participate. So 16 prompts in a 4x4 bingo with the prompts provided as well, Instagram photo challenges with daily prompts, and the graphics are listed in the Vampathon Twitter account with merch and bookmarks available, or with links in the video. Then we have 4 week-long readathons happening. The first is running from the 1st to the 7th, and that's a Thick Thighs readathon created by Sash Reads, and this is spending a week celebrating healthy plus size representation in books. There are 5 reading prompts and 3 life prompts, as well as a free space if you do go the bingo board path as well, and they have a Discord for this one as well, so there is plenty of opportunity to be able to discuss your reads and find recommendations for completing these prompts. Then from the 7th to the 13th we have Love in the Night readathon, which we found on HEA Booktubes, and this is a paranormal romance readathon. It's extremely low key. If you read 1 paranormal romance, then you've accomplished the readathon. For additional ways to participate, there is a group book, which is 1 night 1 bite with a live show on Shay Geeks Out's channel. There is a scavenger hunt with book prompts and a 4x3 bingo board with prompts, and the graphics are listed in Heather's and the other hosts' Instagrams as well. Then from the 11th to the 17th we have Ominous October, which is created by Angel Can't Read. The challenge is to read only horror for a week in a 3x3 bingo board that have both reading and non-reading prompts. There is a 4x4 bonus bingo board for those that are overachievers, and they haven't mentioned if you can double or triple up, but the graphics and info can be found on their Instagram page, which is Reading Wavy as well. Then we have running from the 31st of October to the 6th of November we have Witchathon Sharwin Round, and this is created by Yarn Reader. So this is covering Sharwin and the respective holidays during this particular time frame. There is 3 reading prompts and 2 non-reading prompts, and there is also a Discord linked in the announcement video. Then we have 2 week readathons, the first running from the 27th of September to the 7th of October, so a little late, sorry, and that's the One Tree Hill readathon created by Seymour Books. So there are 9 prompts either in list form or in a bingo board, all relating to things One Tree Hill. There are 8 reading prompts based off different characters and themes, and 1 watching prompt, and it's just a fun way to celebrate One Tree Hill. They did it for the 20th anniversary last year, and then are bringing it back to make it an annual thing. Then we have running from the 7th of October to the 21st the Gilmore Girls readathon, which is created by Books with Bunny. It is a cozy Gilmore Girls inspired readathon. There is a 4x4 bingo board containing 12 book prompts and 4 non-reading prompts, and you can choose to do a book for each or use 1 book for multiple squares, and there is also a cozy autumnal group book to read together. And then we have our month longs. I'm going to take a sip of my tea because I'm going to need this. The first is Horror-thon, created by Vebe Reads, and this is predominantly on Instagram. The prompts are horror, spooky, fall inspired, with teams based off classic horror characters. There are team prompts that you can earn a team bonus for, and weekly prompts. You can double up 1 team prompt and a weekly prompt, as well as using the team bonus, so lots of ways to be able to get all the reading done without dying. And you can submit 1 prompt an unlimited amount of time, but it is also set up in the form of a bingo board. Then we have Scareathon, created by This Kiwi, and this is running in New Zealand time zone, just FYI. So it will probably start sooner for a lot of people because, you know, Australia and New Zealand exist. This is a points-based bingo board readathon that is encouraging readers to read outside their comfort zone. The aim is to climb out of the scare tier ladders from Scaredy Cat, hi, to Scare Master by earning the maximum points. Yeah, It's very creative and calling me out. Then we have Journey Through the Bible Readathon, which is created by Paperbacks and Ponytails, and this is a Indiana Jones inspired adventure through the Bible. We will be traveling to far off places, searching for hidden treasures, meeting characters along the way, and also encountering some booby traps. There is no doubling up allowed on this journey. You can do as many of the prompts as you want, but you're only allowed to encounter one booby trap and one escape route, and you won't know if you make it out alive until the end of the readathon. Ominous. Then we have Gothtober, created by the letter M, and this is dedicated to reading Gothic and Gothic inspired literature. This year the overall theme is prophetic galaxies. Why that word doesn't make sense in my head, it's fine. Or prophecies in galaxies far away. There will be 3 galaxies you can land in, and each has a theme. One is about reading diversely with lots of Afrofuturism and sci-fi. One is dark academia and historical fiction and steampunk. And one is foresty themed with spiritual and herbal medicine. You choose prompts by playing a game called Prophetic Galaxies and choosing sigils to attempt to land in one of these galaxies. There will be about 10 prompts over the month to complete, and doubling up is allowed as much as you would like. Then we have Victober, which is created by Books and Things, and this is celebrating Victorian literature. At a minimum, you just need to read 1 book of Victorian literature, which is defined as being British or Irish literature published or written between 1837 and 1901, the years of Queen Victoria's reign. You have the option of doing the 5 challenges, 1 for each of the hosts, plus a group challenge, and there will also be a group read, which is The Doctor's Wife by Mary Elizabeth Braddon. Then we have Fabelin, The Sudden Rise of the Shadow Library, created by The Word Nerd. This is a D&D inspired competitive narrative readathon, so we'll be working through 5 acts within the month. To start, you need to choose your guild or your team, and each of those have their own specific bonus. Then you will need to create your character, which again, the choices that you make can earn you bonuses depending on what you read throughout the month. And then we'll dive into the acts once they are dropped in Eastern Time and read books to solve the encounters. Doubling up is not permitted unless specified, and there will also be side quests available. It is such an immersive, amazing, like expansive readathon that Margaret has put so much time and effort into. It is absolutely glorious. Then we have Black Wing, created by The Locked Booktician, and this is a spooky celebration of Black authors who write spooky things, so mysteries, crime, thrillers, etc. And this time with a dash of romance too. So we're continuing with the Tullis Parish map, and you will need a D6 and choose your role and the location to start at. So the rolls increase the amount of prompts or dice rolls that you do. For your first roll, you need to complete 1 to 2 prompts at your chosen location. So you would need to roll the dice 1 to 2 times and do the corresponding prompt for whatever you have rolled on the die to be able to complete your location. The end goal of Blackween is to do the 3rd and hardest roll at each location, but this can be cumulative across the rounds. It doesn't have to be completed in this round alone, and there is merch available. Next up, we have TBR Harvest 2024, which is created by Leandra the TBR Zero, and this is to get into the spooky and spoopy spirit, but also still focusing on our goals through 3 activity sheets inspired by the Halloween spirit. You can choose which activity sheet you would like to do, or do them all. It is a completely customizable experience for your reading needs, whether you roll as you go to escape the corn maze, or do it all in one go. Do escape the haunted house by doubling up with another readathon to start your process and then picking out the rooms that best suit your needs, or randomizing your options, or to mood read throughout the month and or select your perfect autumnal items before and see what items you can gather to make the perfect Halloween night. So many options for this one. Then we have Vox Machinathon Round 3 Laudathon, which is created by Somber Honey Books, and this is based off the Critical Role novels that have been published, and the next one is following the character of Laudna. They are a very spooky character, so it's fitting for the season, and there will be a discussion of the book as well. There are 7 reading prompts and 6 activity. Feel free to double, triple up, whatever you need to do, and the prompts are all tied to this character, and the prompts, they're so fun. Then we have Spookopalathon or Spookopoly, created by Becca and the Books. This is based off Becca's Bookopoly TBR game, so all resources and info are available in Becca's Google Drive linked in their announcement. You do need a copy of the board, community shelf cards and chance cards, the guide, and 2 6-sided dice. Again, everywhere you can get this is in the Google Docs, and prompts are based on your interpretation given the guide and should be fine for all genres. So even though it's spooky themed, you don't have to read spooky things. So the rules to start it go: if you get a double, you roll again, and you can re-roll but for a price. There are two main ways to play. You can either make a TBR, so select the number of rolls that you want to do, roll the amount of times, and choose the books based on the prompts that you land on, and then if you get doubles, add on extra rolls accordingly. Or you can roll as you go, so do your first roll as you see fit, choose a book based on the prompt you land on, and then read that book, do your second roll, and so on and so forth. If you roll doubles, you can either pick 2 books for the prompt that you landed on, or you can roll again and pick 2 books, so 1 book for each of the 2 prompts. Or you can just pick one book that covers both prompts. There is also the Discord and weekly reading sprints happening on Becca's channel. Then we have the Library of Dragons side quest, which is our career pass, which is created by Books to Ashes. And this is continuing to build on Ash's D&D inspired Readathon, the Library of Dragons. And this is a side quest component. You do need to have done the first chapter of the Library of the Dragon Readathon just to have the context and background to be able to make this make sense. But you will need to choose your career path, which you can choose a main one and a side job if you wish. There are 22 career prompts, but if you don't see the job that you want, it's not listed, then choose a prompt that relates the most with the one you wish to have. There are 2 mandatory prompts and then your chosen career prompt as well. But like I said, side quests are optional and you do not need to complete this to continue with the readathon. It will just help out in the future, and they're mostly used to bond with your dragon and gain trust, which will give you points and perks throughout the main chapters, and they're always a fun time. Then we have the Cozy Cottage Readathon, created by Chantel Reads All Day, and this is based around imagining yourself curled up by the fireplace in a cozy cottage for autumn. There is a list of 8 prompts, and for each prompt there is a book option and an activity option, and you can complete either option or both. Every prompt complete earns an entry into an international gift certificate giveaway, so there's no doubling up allowed. Then we have the Dark Tower Readathon, which I found on the Reading and Writing Life, and this is a Stephen King flavored readathon, though you don't have to know the Dark Tower to participate. You're following the general journey up the Dark Tower in 4 teams where everyone has the same prompts. So there is a sign up form and then a Discord to be able to participate in this one, and books must be read in October to count. DNFs don't count either, and no doubling up as far as we could tell. Is a strategy available if you don't read 19 books in a month, and that is explained further in the announcement video. Then we have Trick or Treatathon, which we found on Teresa's Nook, and this is their 5th year running. This year it's Stephen King themed, but you don't have to read any King to fill the prompts if you don't want to. There are 9 prompts in a 3x3 bingo board with an optional non-competitive points challenge for those who want to be strategic and or read more. Then we have Occult Detective October, which we found on Sin's Book Nook, and this is a horror paranormal mashup with detective fiction. To participate, you read a book in the genre, but they do also offer weekly prompts as well if people would like them. So for example, week 1 is pre-1960s, for instance. Just finding those combinations or just reading a horror paranormal detective fiction. Then we have Spooky Scary Skeleton Halloween, which we found on Stephanie Whitson's channel, and this is a Halloween themed readathon which has a list of 8 possible prompts, all to do with the spooky Halloween theme, and you can combine prompts as much as you would like. Then we have the Haunted Library Readathon, which was found on Lexi Rose Reads' channel, and this is round 2 of Libraryathon, with sprints starting on the evening of the 30th of September US time. It is based on a 3x3 bingo board of Halloween themed prompts, and you can play on hard mode with 1 book per prompt, or easy mode where you can combine up to 3 prompts. There will also be fun events throughout the month, such as a Halloween movie night. Then we have Mysterious October, which is created by Ellie's Cozy Chronicles, and this is to read mysteries of any and all kinds in October. There are 4 prompts listed in the video to be able to participate further. They are very broad in historical, mystery, contemporary, vintage, and then a catch-all prompt at the end for several other types of mysteries. So as long as you read a mystery of some description, however you want to interpret that, you have participated. And if you would like to venture into some other forms of mysteries, then Ellie's video will be the place to check that out. Then we have Rainbow Ween 3.0, which is from the Sassy Library Fox, and everything goes as long as it's LGBTQIA+, and is spooky, creepy, and or fulfills the prompts on the bingo board. You don't have to do it in the bingo board form, but it's just there to help. That being said, it is a 5x5 bingo board that has themes, genres, aged categories, and characters throughout, and you can mix and match however you see fit. But as long as it's got that LGBT and spooky, creepy element to it. Then we have Camp Crystal Lake Readathon, created by Barb's Bookland, and this is a bingo board of prompts this year. Though you can read whatever you want for the prompts, there are activity and life prompts on it as well, and there is a Discord for further updates and announcements in relation to the other activities happening throughout the month. And then we have the Middle Earth Readathon, which was found on the Writing Songbirds channel, and there are 9 prompts inspired by The Hobbit or Lord of the Rings, both movies and books. Doubling up is allowed, but basically if you complete one prompt, you've completed the readathon and participated. The prompts are fun, and a few of their opinions definitely made me giggle and were relatable. Then we have 2 that are spanning a longer time than just October. The first I have already spoken about, which is running from the 22nd of September to the 31st of October, and that's Halloweenathon, which is the bring your own board event extravaganza, which we found on Katrina Brown's channel. So I talked about that in my September readathons if you would like to go check that out for further information. And then running from September 27th to November 2nd, we have the Golden Girls Readathon Murder Mystery Edition, created by Rachel Fryman. And you need to select a suspect, so the format of the book, a crime scene, which will be the cover color, and a weapon, which is all unique prompts depending, and all based off the wonderful Golden Girls. And read the corresponding prompts to be able to submit a guess. You're trying to find the right submission before November 3rd, when the answer will be announced. It is 1 book per prompt, so your initial guess would be after you've read the 3 books, suspect, crime scene, and weapon, but you will then receive a hint to inform your next guess. So those who submit the correct guess by November 2nd will also be entered to win a small prize. That's it. That's the list. Holy patchouli. So those were all the readathons that I found at the time of filming. Like I said, I definitely know that there will be more announced. If anything was similar to last year, they kept coming so hard and fast. Like the week before Halloween, there were, I think, 5 or 6 that got announced. So don't take this as the be all and end all, because this isn't also including Instagram for most of them. It's just what I've managed to find. But feel free to look over the playlist, keep your eye on it to see what else gets announced. And everything you will need is linked down below, so please feel free to go use that with the form, the spreadsheet, the playlist, and then actually links to everything directly, because I do that. But also please feel free to use the Google form if you are creating a readathon that is happening in November or December and you want to let me know about it. Feel free, it will be there and you will be able to let me know about it so I can talk about it in these videos. Let me know if there have been any that I've missed out. Feel free to leave them in the comments so other people can find them as well. And if you're thinking of participating in any or all of them, I would absolutely love 1 year to just do everything. Not in October though, or December. That would be a suicide mission. But yeah, let me know what you're thinking of getting up to in the month of October, and if you have any other readathons that I have missed. And if you like this video, feel free to give it a big thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more of this mess, feel free to subscribe. I'll hopefully see you in my next video. Bye!